Good job, Z. Where is it down? So he really doesn't know these voices.
It's been a week of good newses. Newses that were blind swiping, like I don't even know, but good. I'm oblivious to a lot of things in life, I'm coming to find. But good news, okay? It's been a long time since I felt like that, honestly, since I felt like there's something to look forward to, that there is just good stuff happening, that things are working out, you know? So, good news this week is that there are things brewing, stewing up that are beautiful and near fruition. The other good news is that, the whole drama with the telework situation is that I get to stay in the town that I live in. And that's so good for my kids because they have school here, they have friends here. There's like a drum circle of old women who go to the park on Thursday. Like, that's my town and I need to stay in it. The school's here. It's just a place that I value and I think is good. And I get to stay here. I have a small commute, but that is totally worth it, okay? So, things are working out that way. But this is how life works, right? You are going to have these impending transitions and shifts that are good news, okay, and can be a beautiful thing. But even though that's true, still exists some level of fear and unknown with the transitions of life. Beautiful things can still be scary, okay? And one of the things that I like to do to cope with these types of things is breath work. So I'm going to share that with you. This is what I'm going to be doing for the next month or so, really focusing in on this and connecting to this. And how I do breath work is this. I just like to bring some level of conscious awareness to my breath. As I'm going throughout the day, I like to do it when I work out. I like to do it when I'm laying in bed. I like to do it while I'm after I've meditated, play with it, do it at different times, explore how the breath is in your body. It can be very different all the time. But take the time to pause internally and feel what the breath feels like in your body. How it expands your lungs. Feel it in your throat. Feel your body in that moment. What do you feel like sitting in a tiny chair? What do you feel like when you're walking down the street? That kind of stuff, okay? Bring some level of conscious awareness to what your breath feels like in your body. And then I like to bring some level of spiritual awareness, emotional awareness to what the breath is in my body, okay? So breath is like your driving force. It's your pushing force. It's what you use to bring creation into the world force. That's probably dramatic, but true. I sound dramatic, but it's true. Okay. That is what breath is. So take the moment to feel how your breath is, but also take a second to recognize that your breath is strength. And it can give you strength in a time period when you don't feel like maybe you have any. It's giving you strength in periods where you do feel like you have strength. I don't know. What we're doing here is we're breathing and we're feeling strong. I like to take a second to enter into this place that I call flow, where you're just releasing everything. Releasing what you're thinking about or doing in the moment, and then not trying to change anything in the future, just release. Release on the inhale, release on the exhale. Literally practice releasing every muscle in your body with the inhale and with the exhale. Find a second of relaxation, peace, strength. And that's it. Do that throughout the day. I think it's good. And you may be wondering why I'm trying to tell you about all this. Like, I just told you my life has had nothing but good news, right? True, but, I found out I can stay in the town that I live in. Thank God, it's a blessing. But there is also this choice that I have to make. Okay? And it's this funny thing. Like, I was going to make that choice to begin with. But the storm, my previous video, having to figure out, am I going to have to uproot and move my life and do all of this? Basically chaos. It showed me an option that I did not know existed before. So, if you're going through chaos, it might just tell you something useful for the future. It doesn't have to always be... Some good can come of it. That's all I'm trying to say. So, trying to figure out if I need to uproot and move my life showed me this option that I didn't necessarily know that I existed before, and it's this. I have to choose between refinancing my house and not. Refinancing my house would give me some level of familiarity. Like, this is my space, This is what I've known for a long time. This is what my children know. And so there's comfort and familiar, familiar, I can't say it, God. It's the same. Anyways, that's gonna bother the crap out of me. But the thing with refinancing is that my cost of living jumps up substantially because we live in a completely different world in 2025 as the world in 2017-18. The loans were completely different. So staying in my house, my cost of living increases enough where, I can afford it, and I'm saving, but that savings is like saving but not. It's like I'm putting money away, but one life thing, which life does things, could knock it all out. 6 months to a year of savings, And I don't know if I am comfortable with that. I don't know. So, and the collapse, figuring out what I'm going to do and all of this showed me that I have the option to downgrade my cost of living. I could buy something with cash substantially cheaper, and I could power save for an entire year. But the thing with that is it's not familiar. I'd be buying a modular home. It's got wheels. Which is a benefit because I don't know if I'm going to have my job into the future. And being able to move your house like that kind of seems like a win. So I don't know. But there's also this stigma. Like, I have a stick and mortar house, and I'm treating it for something that is considered lesser. There's a stigma to it. It's a freaking trailer. A modular home. Okay. So that's the decision I need to make, And with everything that's happening with the federal government, I'm realizing that my hopes and dreams of having them fund the establishment of a seed orchard and all of these genetic tests and stuff, having them fund that for climate change related research, that ain't gonna happen. The C word's a dirty word now, again. It's back to being a dirty word. And so if I'm going to start an orchard, I'm going to have to do it myself with my own hands right now. It needed to be done yesterday. And in trying to figure all of this out, I ran the numbers and I'm there. I can do it. I just need to save for about a year. And I can get the land and I can move the trailer. But there's so many scary things to that. Am I being irrational? Am I being delusional? Every single person so far has told me to not do that. So I don't know. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to pray about it and I'm going to breathe. And I've got some time, but not a lot of time to make a decision. Life is literally forcing me to go through this transition. And it's scary. I feel like it has the opportunity to be something really beautiful, but it's scary for me. So if you feel like that, you're not alone. And one of the things with the breath is I like to connect to the breath and all of that, like I explained. And remember that your body has wisdom. You know, there's so many things that your body does that you are unconscious of, and like in times of severe like distress, you know, you're going through a thing, your body knows what to do. Your soul is the same way. Your soul within your body is the same way. It knows what to do. So connect with your breath and take a second to appreciate that your body can do that and to trust that it will. That was the other thing with the breath. So that's where I'm at in life. Things have settled, but not. Things are filling up, but still scary. Yeah, that's just how it is. Research-wise, I'm thinking, okay, like the money to do the orchard isn't there. Probably is not going to be there, which is a shame because historically, all of the most successful tree improvement, genetic tree improvement entities, they were successful because of the steady inflow of money from the federal government. So things are shifting. Okay, the money's not there, whatever. The money's not there for the genetics part of it right now because I live in a place where there's no genetics people, unfortunately. But what I can do, I think, is I can get money to get the seeds, to get the material to do the tests on, and I need to focus on that. And as previously discussed, drones are really important for me in that, in physically getting the seeds out, but also measuring different metrics that I'm looking at. Canopy structure. The species I'm interested in looking at has a very difficult time maintaining a canopy. Tamarack, if you know, you know, okay? But you can take drones, all right? Well, really just pictures. If say like you have an object, if you take a bunch of pictures around an object, like 300 of them, you can put it into a computer program where it takes known points and uses geometry to build relationships for those known points and puts it into a 3D mesh model. And that sounds complicated, but it's not. You really just upload pictures to a program and it does it for you. Somebody super smart figured that out, not me. But anyways, you could use those models to make quantifiable measurements. And if you put like multispectral cameras on there, you could get at like quantities of photosynthetic material, things like that. I need drones, all right? And I need to have the systems, the computer programs that you can put your pictures in there. I need to have computational power. So one of the things that my school does have is a drone lab. So I'm going to be hitting those people up and see if I can do something that's relevant to the drone world, publishing that way, and then also just using that as an opportunity to get the material. We're getting 2 birds stoned right now with one go. So that's what I'm doing there. And I can't telework anymore, but I think that I could take leave and go to school. Take a nursery class, whatever, maybe have access to the drones and stuff. So that's where we're going there. We're moving and shaking. So all I want to say with this video is maybe practice connecting with your breath with me and know that like good things are coming. Beautiful things are brewing up. Everything is okay. There's wisdom in your body. Your body and your soul will know what to do, the choices to make. Remember that you have support physically in your life, but you also have energetical support outside of you. Firm believer in that. You got this. You got it. You're never alone. I'll keep y'all updated with Operation Trailer or not. I'll keep you updated with Operation Drone as well. So thank you for being here.